Good morning. Welcome to let's call it the inaugural um, episode one of the Roman Forum. This is the Portal podcast live stream. Um, we have traveled through the portal, the time portal, as I had indicated in my broadcast test. We are now in ancient Rome in what is my Roman villa. It's the actual Roman studio. To the right, you'll see a window there. Uh, if you look out the window, you can see the Roman Colosseum and you can see people walking about doing their everyday activities in ancient Rome. Yeah. So today, this is the inaugural official uh, uh, live stream for the portal. Uh, what what we typically will be covering in the portal are various things. It could be historical in nature, it could be artistic in nature, it could be science and technology discussions, and anything general for the most part. Yeah, so there's a podcast now on Spotify. It's called The Portal. Please go and look for that at Spotify. We are also adding um another podcast called Table Talk. Uh, Today we will be attempting to do a live stream on the Table Talk show. That'll be at 10 o'clock. Please join us if you can. Really would appreciate that. So today we will be looking at a film on the Roman Forum. The Forum is a area in ancient Rome, Roma, that was near the Colosseum. It had government buildings, had temples, had marketplaces, and it was generally considered to be like the town hall, or in our case today, a happening place, activity place, like at a large outdoor mall, things like that, flea markets, things like that. So you would be able to go do your government business, pay your taxes, uh, go to temples to worship. You would meet friends and maybe enemies, and you would be able to eat and go to the marketplace and things like that. So it was a very happening place. In the television screen, I know we don't have electricity in ancient Rome. You have to kind of go with it a little bit, but this was what the Roman Forum looked like in its heyday. It was a very ornate, beautiful, uh, and again, it was a happening place. As you can see, the people traversing around about in the Forum. And yeah, so today it's my understanding that they're doing some ship battles. They have flooded the Colosseum. I may go to that later today. And yeah, they're going to do some ship battles, like sailing ship battles inside the Colosseum. It took a whole week to get that in there. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's a beautiful day in ancient Rome. So, as I said, we're going to be covering historical type of things, at least for the next few podcasts, actually 20. So, and they're all on the Roman Forum. They're hosted on the 60 BPM platform. Our studios is called Exploration TV. So that's typically where all of the workforce is working. We have an artificial intelligence AI cinematics studio. We have a kind of a normal studio. This is a presentation brought to you by the AI cinematics studio. Uh, the scenery here is all done by artificial intelligence, Dolly E. Uh, and the opening scene where you saw me going through the portal, and that whole scene is also done by artificial intelligence as well. I believe, if I remember right, Pika Labs was used to generate that video scene. So yeah, so I hope you like it. That's We'll be doing a lot of that over the time period, using AI inputs as well. So yeah, so let's go ahead and see the film.
The Roman Forum, also known by its Latin name, Forum Romanum, is a rectangular forum or plaza surrounded by the ruins of several important ancient government buildings at the center of the city of Rome. Citizens of the ancient city referred to this spot, originally a marketplace, as the Forum Romanum, or simply the Forum. For centuries, the Forum was the center of day-to-day life in Rome, the site of triumphal processions and elections, the venue for public speeches, criminal trials, and gladiatorial matches, and the nucleus of commercial affairs. Here, statues and monuments commemorated the city's great men. The teeming heart of ancient Rome, it has been called the most celebrated meeting place in the world and in all history. It is located in the small valley between the Palatine and Campania.
So that is the current state of the Roman Forum in ancient Rome. It's over the many centuries. There's been various things that have happened. Architects and architecture, stonecutters, things have torn down a lot of the stonework and used it for other things. Earthquakes have occurred. There's been various damage due to the environment. So there's not too much left of some of the temples and originally ornate work. There are a few temples that are still working, active actually. So we'll cover those over the next 20 episodes. This is the first episode. So why am I interested in Roman history? Well, I'm from the university. I went to the University of Alabama. I'm a graduate of that in aerospace engineering. But of course, you know, you had to have minors also. So my minor was in ancient history. So I studied Roman history, Egyptian history, Sumerian, some other ancient cultures and societies. Took archaeology and anthropology as well in there. So I got a minor in that. So I have an interest in history and art. Also got a minor in art. I write novels and graphic novels and play or do gaming. The platform development games on the Unity platform and the Unreal Engine and virtual worlds as well. So I'm into a lot of stuff. I work at Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works in California, Los Angeles, and I work artificial intelligence type app development as well as other things for military purposes, obviously. Yeah. And so, getting back to ancient history, why am I interested in that? I just find it to be fascinating. There's a lot of parallels into the democracies of today in Europe as well as America. You know, we have the Senate, they had the Senate. Um, there's a lot of they had coliseums and architectures, and we tend to follow that. We have coliseums and sports, architecture that are kind of Greek in origin, Romanesque. So yes, so there's a lot of parallels. There's a lot of situations in Rome. Obviously, they were more warfaring, obviously, than ourselves. But you know, right now with the unfortunate happenings in the Middle East now, I mean, it's sad as it is. I mean, uh, history repeats itself over and over and over again. So that's one of the things that you want to study history for is to learn from history and try to maybe not do some of the worst things in there, parallels, and so you always want to learn from that and try to build your society and community culture uh, based on the knowledge of the past. So that's why I have an interest in it, and it's fun. And I enjoyed uh, watching the videos of Rome, ancient Greece, um, Egyptian videos. So I have an interest in that. Also have an interest in science and technology, obviously, with an aerospace engineering degree. So we'll be discussing in particular disruptive technologies like electrification of cars, AI, um, fusion, um, SpaceX, Starship, a lot of the revolutionary and kind of things as well. So, yeah, as you can see from my background here, I'm also interested into the investment, and over here is historical stuff, and back here is art and technology. Technology. So you'll see some space kind of things here. I was a fan of Star Trek. There's Spock. Yeah, so that's my home office. I'll be setting up virtual studios to be able to show our video clips and things that are hosted on 60 BPM as well as the other channels. Also in Exploration TV is the main. It is the main channel for YouTube. We're on YouTube. We have 11 channels that are in our family. If you go down into Exploration TV to the channel tab there, you'll be able to see our other channels in there: 60 BPM, 60 B-roll, Elon Matrix, uh, Kathy Woods, Arc Investing. You'll see Only Space, Only Deep Music. Um, yeah, there's a lot there. So I've worked very hard to get a lot of good content out there. So yeah, please go and look at that. Please subscribe to our channel uh, and like our channel. Again, we have on Spotify, we have the portal currently. Fixing to start hosting the tabletop talk as well on Spotify, as well as on YouTube's podcast. So go to the podcast on YouTube, and you'll see the same content there. So if there's any questions, you can leave them in the contents on the forum. Uh, let's see. As far as the website that I pull my references to, I like the World History Encyclopedia. That's a website that I use to pull a lot of my research on things, and from a historical point of view, there's a lot of sports and entertainment kind of stuff that I pull from different sources as well. And NASA is a great resource for the space content. So, welcome to the Portal Podcast. I'm Bob Colbert. I am your host, and you might be wondering who I am. Well, I'm a big fan of history, which is a topic for this live stream. So, on the Exploration YouTube channel, our focus again is history, art, science, and technologies. And I tell stories about people through videos, other people through videos, our video content. So the on the forum, it was mainly discussing the generalities of when exactly the Roman Forum uh, start. It grew organically, actually, from just like in everything. I mean, you have residential housing localized, and you get a gas station, you get McDonald's or get a restaurant. So it kind of grew organically, and being that it was in the city central, it also seemed obviously convenient to have the government buildings there. And then, of course, there was the temples that were built, and as people worshipped in their temples. This is before the church, obviously, Christian church, and and Islam. I'm not sure if they were in Rome. I'll have to research that. I would say not. Um, so again, I'll go ahead and close the podcast for today. This is about the extent of it. I mainly wanted to get uh, the podcast going. Mainly wanted to get the live stream going, which I have accomplished. If you remember, and had come previously, I did a few broadcast test videos of the live stream. The reason I did that was because I absolutely had zero experience on live streaming. So, as well as broadcasting in a live stream manner. So, I looked at the YouTube has an ability to live stream, but there's also some software packages out there. One is Streamlabs, which I'm currently using now. It seems to be the easiest and has brought success. I had some latency issues previously. It was kind of dragging, pixely, slow. Got that fixed. Then I had some microphone problems, so I got the microphone filters set up. So I hope it sounds better, more lively, and more radio voice kind of a thing. That's kind of the fact that I'm trying to get. So I think I'll go ahead and stop the broadcast today on live stream for the portal. Thank you for visiting with us today. At 10 o'clock today, PST time, Pacific Standard Time, I'm planning to at least do a test broadcast or maybe even try to do the live stream for the table talk. And please join me for that as well. I really would appreciate it. This is a process. So obviously, the first few live streams will kind of be amateurish, if you want to call it, not very good. But over time, if you look at, I'm using the model of podcast that Joe Rogan is using. His is a video podcast that allows a little bit more creativity, more interaction with the community. So I think I like that instead of just the audio voice. I don't have a radio voice, don't even have a really good voice. I'm Southern and kind of Southern, but I think the video is the better way to go for at least for me. So I left my test broadcast on there. You can visit those again. Look at those and see some of the experiences that I had. If you're interested in doing the podcast, it is a very difficult process. I will tell you that it's not easy. You there's a lot you have to learn. I'm sure I'm doing doing everything wrong, but but over time I'll get better at it. It just takes a little practice. Obviously, a little nervous at the moment. I'm not used to doing live broadcasting, but I'll get better on this. So, yep. So y'all have a great Saturday wherever you are, and have a great rest of the day in Los Angeles. It's gorgeous. It hasn't quite hit fall yet, so in the high desert, it's probably about 85, 90 degrees, and at the beaches, it's probably a little cooler, about 10 degrees cooler down the mountain. So yeah, So you have a wonderful rest of the day, and come back next Saturday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for joining us. Take care, my friends.